Yes, this is Dr. Dementia here. Uh, and the thing about it is we're alive, okay? Just to assume we're alive. I know some people think we are just dreams, but I don't. Uh, Now, with that in mind, go get some coffee. No, we're men and women. Okay. Now, my philosophy on that is women do it and then bitch, whereas men bitch to keep from doing it. Yes, and we think it works. You know, we're such inveterate liars. We actually think it works, right? Well, I'm busy coming up with the Declaration of Independence. No, you're not paying attention to your wife, okay? See how we just flip all these things? But women can do anything. They're super people, basically. Because I remember walking on the beach with my wife, and it occurred to me that my wife is like the sea. It's fine now, but it could rise up and drown my ass, okay? And I think men don't really seem to know how kind that is, that you don't just rise up and beat the crap out of us. I think you should do more of that. Just beat the shit out of us because, really, in the old days they did something right. They were in families, and large families for farming and slavery and all that. But they had a thing that if Uncle Alfred was being a Scheherazade, shithead, they would find a ruse, get him into a room, and beat the shit out of him. Now, Uncle Fred, are we understood that you don't do this to Aunt Hilga anymore? Yes. And so they waited at least 10 minutes to do it again, which is cool. It's 10 minutes. Women, I agree with the native people. Women have wisdom. We don't. But we compete, right? We try to convince women that they're hysterical and we have wisdom. How chicken shit is that? That's really bad. Think about it. Men are the ones who get wars going. Hello? Well, women go, oh God, I've got to watch the home again? How many wars have there been? I think it's just an excuse for men to go out and have beers, actually. Because when they're at war, well, hey, it's a soldier. Let's give him a lot of beer. So it works. But so the women wind up doing everything. And anytime they don't have to do something, right, they do something anyway, even if they lie, because that's how you're built. And we go, well, it's only some of the time. No, in some degree, it's all the time. We're really sick. Men are really sick, and we love it, because it's a constant goad. See, back to that word again. The men are goaders, and women are unloaders. Hence the divorces. Finally, women are going to kill the guy, so they say, well, bye. And of course, they have to deal with 4 kids and 15 mortgages. Who cares? They shouldn't have left. The sanctity of the home. We care a lot about our women. They're not yours. And they don't come through you. Okay? We come through women. Hello? I mean, how far off can we be? You see, the thing is, we're really not very bright. We used to have ears, and they actually heard things. Like back in Native America, that was matriarchal. So the men actually listened. But since then, since the white man came, no listening allowed, right? Do it, you know. I'm the head of the family. I could be the head of cabbage, but I'm not. I'm the head of the family. And by God, what I say goes. And women just say, well, let's see, do I want to get beat up or shall I just do what this asshole wants? So, and people always, and then you get to there, you go over to their house. How are you doing? Oh, we're so happy, right? And the women is sitting there going, right? But she loves him anyway, right? Which is so nice. It's so nice. We can't get enough of self-destruction. Women, like if a woman is sick, she goes into a cave and she stays there for 3 days. And when she comes back, she's well, ready to go. When a man gets sick, he starts saying goodbye to everyone, right? And and that's why a lot of men die. Self-fulfilling prophecy, because there's so much into this crap that they don't know what they're doing. They haven't got a clue what they're doing. You know, I knew another friend I had who was also an able assistant glowered at me one day, and I said, "What am I doing?" She said, "I don't know, but if you do it again, I'll leave." And I said, "I didn't know." Like this is some kind of fucking excuse. Except I'm not trying to excuse myself, but I am. Okay, thank you.